Y'all got to stop being disrespectful to the craft fans. Y'all don't know what it's like, okay? So y'all smell the popcorn and y'all eat the popcorn. You don't know how it's like to perform when that popcorn popping.
And the level that I play, which is the LA Fitness level, I'm nice.
Denzel just came out and talked about this now.
Those who can't talk about those who can. Those who have know what they're talking about. Those who haven't don't.
You sure about that?
I want to go at Reggie a little bit. He talks about he's never seen a guy like win beyond it. Yes, you have. His name is Bobo.
Like 12 times all defensive team, I played Kobe, bro. He wasn't guarding like that. He wasn't, bro.
I have the Lakers coming out of the West, but the question was, do you have OKC? I said I don't have OKC in front of the Clippers. I don't have OKC in front of Golden State. Let's be clear. I don't have OKC in front of Denver.
Jokic is probably statistically, when it comes to overall game, the worst MVP winner.
Those who have know what they're talking about. Those who haven't don't.
When it comes to the NBA landscape right now, one of the most prevalent problems we have that everyone can see is a clear disdain for the fans and the paying customer from the players as well as the league. And when it comes to the players retired and actively playing, they're under the belief just because they play in the NBA, whatever they say goes, and it takes on basketball, the history of the NBA, it's gospel, and you can't question it.
It's kind of taboo to talk about the fans or to criticize the fans. It's just, we pay y'all hard-earned money and we basically fund y'all whole operation, so y'all can't say shit about us. And I'm like, you know what? Y'all have a huge impact on what we do, right? So how can we not say, how can y'all not be a factor to why shit is going bad?
Y'all got to stop being disrespectful to the craft fans. Y'all don't know what it's like, okay? So y'all smell the popcorn and y'all eat the popcorn. You don't know how it's like to perform when that popcorn popping.
So stopping D-Wade right there very quickly, his overall premise that you had to play in the NBA, then playing when the popcorn's popping, really makes no sense. Just because you played doesn't mean you're always right or know everything about the history of the game. To put this in perspective, look at something like movies. I've never been to Hollywood, never acted, I'm not a professional actor. But if I see a Tom Cruise movie, a Michael B. Jordan movie, and their performance is so-so, the movie kind of sucks, I'm allowed to criticize that movie because I'm the paying customer and that's my opinion. The same thing with eating out at a restaurant. I'm not a 5-star chef, but a bad meal is a bad meal.
I swear to God, it's the kind of shit you'd expect Tiger Woods to tee off with. Look at it.
For NBA players nowadays, they're under the impression just because they played, they're above everything. I'm here to tell you, nobody's above anything. What this comes down to is quite simple. NBA players nowadays do not want to be criticized, and what they want a monopoly on is the truth. For someone like Dwayne Wade thinks players are above any criticism from the commoners who never played. I'm sorry to break it to him, he's simply not. As even looking at D-Wade himself, having played in the NBA, being a legend, this guy's basketball takes here and there are suspect at best.
A lot of people don't know that in that finals, that last finals that they won, Kobe didn't play well.
We are watching a show. Bad help by Pierce. Late recovery. And Dwayne Wade is saying that's a bad man.
Kobe didn't shoot the ball well. Actually, everybody thought Pau Gasol should have been MVP. That's how well Pau was playing, and Kobe was playing awful.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit.
The Celtics were to win tonight's game, Kobe Bryant would be the MVP of the series.
As the losing, no question. And any other vote would have been nuts.
Y'all don't know what it's like, okay?
For someone like D-Wade saying Pau Gasol in 2010, was the rightful finals MVP, Kobe had a really bad series. Objectively looking at the stats, the numbers, it's simply not true. Just because D-Wade played, he played when the popcorn was popping, doesn't make him right by default. And here's the funny thing. For someone like D-Wade, if a fan gave him a compliment, he never said that person didn't play, they can't have an opinion. That's the catch. If a fan never played wants to praise a player, they can do that all day long. But when it comes to that same fan criticizing a player, that's simply off limits. And here's an example. Look at Wade in the 2014 finals, games 4 through 5. Wade in those games, 10.5 points, 2.5 dimes, 3.0 turnovers on 28% shooting. Those numbers for a superstar player on the biggest stage are objectively terrible. and having never played in the NBA, I can recognize that with common sense and logical reasoning.
Y'all gotta stop being disrespectful to the Kraft fans. Y'all don't know what it's like, okay?
Always back to what Steve Jabby says. Never trust the player.
They like, man, y'all need to play harder in the All-Star game, and like, I'm like, y'all just like, that's so easy for y'all to say. How about y'all come up with like, why do you think the games are getting out of hand?
And so when you see someone that's not playing well on that same pro level, you're thinking as a person believing your eyes is that, well, in the level that I play, which is the LA Fitness level, I'm nice.
Denzel just came out and talked about this now.
So stopping D-Wade very quickly, when it comes to the craft of basketball, yes, fans now in this era are taking dumps on players routinely. But ask yourself, why is that? The average fan person to watch the game, they're not just taking a dump to take a dump. Why they're doing that, what they're seeing on the floor, isn't a good product, and the players collectively haven't up to the standard of past eras and what fans are used to. So if you want to protect the craft of basketball, look at the players first and foremost, not the fans. The fans aren't on the court playing, giving lackluster effort, low managing, and not playing games. That's not on the fans. At some point, the players in this scenario have to take some responsibility, because fans can only do so much. And when they see a declining product, an awful product, and they reject that product, that's not the fans' fault. Because what's the old saying? The customer is never wrong. In this case, NBA fans, they are the customer, and they're not wrong with the current NBA and its faults that are clear and obvious.
It's the clock, White for three, close Robin, Brown on the side, Holiday three, no! On top, the defense by Bridges, the three, no!
So, no additional word on Kristaps Porzingis.
In the corner, White three, no!
The Pistons.
It's Holiday with a three.
It's a lot of fucking threes being shot.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Been intentional on that switch. Down with 18. It's a three. Need to panic. There's a lot of time left in this ball game. White for three. No. Rebound. Holiday controls. Spinning three. No. 21 and 15. It's a three by Tatum. Tatum on top. Step back. Three. No. Now over Robinson. Three. No.
And one more thing I do want to look at, when it comes to D-Wade's logic that you had to have played to comment on basketball, look at someone like Eric Spoelstra, D-Wade's own head coach the majority of his career. Eric Spoelstra was never an NBA player Hall of Famer, someone like D-Wade. Eric Spoelstra in college, 4 years at Portland State, was a fairly decent player. On the level of Dwayne Wade, of course not. An NBA player, unfortunately he wasn't. But someone like Eric Spoelstra having never played, a great basketball mind, and a Hall of Fame coach. And look at the rest of the NBA at the best GMs in the game. Someone like Brad Stevens, never an NBA player. Sam Presti, the exact same thing. Just because you didn't play pro basketball doesn't mean you don't know the game, love the game. And the inverse is also true. Just because you played doesn't mean you're always right. And speaking of being right, look at the NBA media. Nowadays in 2025, the vast majority of the media, what does it feature? Former NBA players and pro athletes.
Kobe Bryant couldn't fill, or Michael Jordan fill LeBron's shoes. The impact that he's had.
You also had 29 assists in an NBA game.
Oh, well, you know, he was being guarded by plumbers and firemen.
CP3 is the top 15 greatest point guard of all time. I do not have him in my top 10.
When you see guys like Kendrick Perkins, Ryan Hollins, former NBA players make fools of themselves routinely, the entire I played you didn't argument takes a big time hit. And look, for guys like Stephen A. Smith Cowherd, prominent figures in the sports media who never played, I'm also not defending these guys. But here's the thing, those guys who never played can have bad takes, we can all recognize that. But at the same time, NBA players also have bad takes, and majority times, worse takes at a higher rate. My overall point is pretty simple. Anybody can talk sports, have an opinion. Guys who didn't play, did play, does not matter. But what does matter is the content of what you're saying. Is it accurate, factually based, or is it narrative based, you're just talking to talk? For a lot of these NBA players, it's the latter. So that right there is the end of the video, and I'll say one last thing. When it comes to NBA players nowadays, they're very, very entitled and think their shit doesn't stink. Here's the truth. A lot of these guys' takes are actually worse than guys who never played. Yes, Stephen A. Smith does suck, Cowherd sucks, Nick Wright sucks, they all suck. But compared to NBA players on podcasts, those guys' quantity of bad takes pales in comparison, which once again proves just because you played doesn't mean you're always right. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.